Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's corvettetoday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at corvettetoday.ck.page. And be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products, developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit aerolarri.com. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. C8 owners, tired of pesky water spots on your engine bay after a wash? So is Amora, the C8 Corvette lady. That's why she created C8 Dry Bay Vent Blocks. These American-made blocks are designed to keep your engine bay dry while you wash your C8. You get 7 blocks, enough to cover all 6 vent wells on your coupe and the rear window strip. Stop scrubbing those spots and get yours with free shipping at c8blocks.com. Veterans and first responders enjoy a $15 discount. Also available at Paragon Performance and West Coast Corvette. Call 317-457-0594 or go to c8blocks.com. And a shout out to Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. All right, my friend, it's time to bring you the latest Corvette news and headlines with my pal Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Keith is with me every other week, and together we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car. Keith, welcome back to the show. How you doing, buddy?
Happy June, Steve. Doing great. Looking forward to summertime almost being here, but after Memorial Day, it feels like summer's here. It's hot here already. Just looking for some good Corvette stuff to do and talk about and see. So what do you got planned?
We got a lot going on. As a matter of fact, summer starts officially on June 20th, so we've got a couple weeks, but let's get into it, buddy. Let's start off like we always do with a Corvette production update from the Bowling Green Assembly Plant.
Sounds good, Steve. So my numbers from Roger Keel are running just a little bit behind this week. The last report available was showing June 1st, but that's a nice round date to begin with. So let's get into it. Chevy is actually now building 4 models on the line, not counting the exports and all the right-hand drive models. And the one that's being built the most actually isn't the Stingray. It's the Z06. Last week, we saw 267 of those built compared to just 221 Stingrays and 91 E-Rays. Currently, ZR1 production was showing 19 completed. That was on Roger's chart, but by the time you hear this, it's probably another week has gone by. We should probably be in the mid-20s or even approaching 30 by the time this podcast goes live on that Monday. As for the current VIN counts, the Stingray is showing 12,023. The Z06 is at 6,802. The E-Ray is at 2,454. And when you add those 19 ZR1s to the total, you have 21,298. So pretty good model year shaping up. We've got about 7 weeks to go. We believe when you account for that 1 week off for July 4th, potentially, I'm looking at about 25,000 Corvettes manufactured for the 2025 model year, just kind of based on these current rates. The plan is supposed to start those 2026s on Monday, August 4th. So we'll see. Starting to hear some things about maybe it might start just a little bit earlier. We're not sure because we had months and months leading up to this with no Stingray orders being submitted, just Z06s and some E-Rays. So it's going to be interesting to see if they've got enough of those cars to take them all the way through August 1st when the model year is supposed to end. And so it's something we're kind of watching, but about 7 weeks of production to go.
That sounds good. And also the final order cycle for 2025 started on Thursday, May 29th. The last one.
Yeah, the last orders for the 2025s went in at the end of May, and only Z06s and E-Rays were available. The constraints have been the same. There's no aero available for the Z06, either with the ground effects or the carbon fiber wings. And with this order cycle being over, the 2025s are now done, and GM just has to produce what's in the system. I know dealers are shocked about these Stingray orders and how there have been no allocation since February. And one just keeps saying, Keith, it's unprecedented. But I mean, that's really, when you think about it, and we're hearing people saying, yeah, my Stingray order was put in back in February and it's still just sitting there. I'm telling those people, if it's at 3,000, which most of them are saying it is, then your car's going to be built. They've got enough Stingrays, I'm sure, to take those through. So if you've got a Stingray, don't worry about it. I'm pretty certain that your car is going to be built. We are also beginning to hear some 2026 orders with those first allocations coming out just last Thursday. So far, initial indications appear as, again, Z06s and possibly E-Rays. It's pretty wild how many Z06s they are building without having any aero for them. You just have to wonder who's ordering these cars or whether dealers are just taking them for dealer stock items. Pretty interesting so far with the end of the 2025s and 2026s. It just shows you when it comes to ordering, there's never a dull moment.
Absolutely right. And also, speaking of never a dull moment, there's 310 ZR1s that are already ordered. Any details on those?
Yeah, we actually got quite a bit. So first we heard 302 orders were in the system, and all we had was the model breakdowns and then the colors. That was pretty interesting. We were able to break down all the different colors and take a look at those. But then just last week, another dealer came out and said, now we're showing 310. So it's getting pretty interesting there. That top ordered color is black, a total of 98 units. And I think it's like 30% of orders are black. The Rapid Blue is going to be the rarest color, just 6 of those built. And I think what I'll call the surprise color is Competition Yellow, which is actually number 3 with 39 total orders. If you go to Corvette Blogger, you'll see the charts broken down again by body style. And as we predicted, the split window coupes are in much more demand than the convertibles on these first order cycles for the 2025s. What we got last week was we got data on ZTK package and the high wing. So as a refresher, if you order ZTK, the carbon fiber aero package is mandatory. But you can order the carbon fiber aero package without ZTK. Having said that, we have a total of 150 of the 310 orders with ZTK. So that's 150 wings because ZTK requires it. But then when you add in those orders of the wings without ZTK, there's another 63 of those. So we have a total, Steve, this is crazy, a total of 213 ZR1 orders will have the high wing.
Wow.
Which is 68.7% of production based on those 310 cars. The ZTK order percentage is 48.3. So GM definitely went out and found some high wings, and actually they found a lot of them. Again, it could be that's why we're not seeing any carbon fiber aero for the Z06s, because they had to jump in there and grab as much production as they can and shift it to the ZR1s. But what else could that be? I mean, that's a ton of high wings going to the ZR1 orders.
Yeah, Keith, that was my build too. It was the black with the blue stripes and the blue seat belt and the blue wheels and things like that. So, and I did want the high wing too. I didn't want ZTK, which is really, really nice because I saw that the aero package included the high wing. The ZTK package did not have to have that high wing.
It's the ZTK package that really brings in the track spec suspensions, the tighter springs.
Right.
Without it, your ride's going to be much smoother.
Yeah, definitely. Also, we saw that the 2026 order guide for Corvette is now live, which is really cool.
Yeah, this is fun, Steve, because we recorded that morning, and I said, if you go back and listen to the last News and Headline show, I made a prediction that, wow, this order guide could be coming at any time, and we were correct because it came like at 10 o'clock that Friday night.
Yeah.
I was up till like 12 or 1 a.m., talking to friends and trying to go through all this stuff. The order guide is such an essential part of the ordering process because it shows you all the options, the packages, it shows you what's available, what's restricted, and it also tells you what's new and what's being deleted. And because there's not a 2026 configurator, that's why it's really good to look at the order guide if you're getting one of those first 2026 orders. That's why we love it. We learn all kinds of stuff. We got some stuff here, of course. We got 2 new exteriors, 5 new interiors. Of course, we got the whole 2026 interior refresh, which brings into 3 new screens and a center console for the car. Some of the cool stuff we learned, it's not cool that we learned this, but Roswell Green Metallic is actually a premium color, so there'll be an extra charge for that.
Huh.
We don't know what that cost will be yet. We're still waiting for pricing and configurator to come out. We did learn that there is an extra charge for the green. Some other cool stuff, the 2026s will have a front illuminated cross flags emblem.
Ooh.
That 3-stanchion spoiler that we saw on the E-Ray is actually available for both the E-Ray and the Z06.
Nice.
So this is pretty cool. And this is a dealer installed wing as well. Probably what will happen is that rear fascia will come with those 3 cutouts already made, and then the dealers just have to mount it on there. That's what I think is going to happen. We were talking to a dealer about how they were going to handle that. One of the things that we haven't seen yet is an asymmetrical stripe package for the car, assuming that goes to the right or to the left of the center of the car. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. And then, of course, the blue brake calipers, generally reserved for the ZR1. It's been that way for the last 2 generations for ZR1. These blue ones are now available for E-Ray and Z06.
Wow.
Good for those guys, I guess. I always like kind of reserving that for the ZR1.
Yeah.
And then finally, I think the 2026s is kind of under the radar, but big news is all 2026s are getting 5G connectivity when you hook up your data plan or OnStar or anything like that. So should increase data rates and make some of those over-the-air installs a lot quicker.
Very nice. I saw one thing that I thought was really, really cool about the ZR1 because it's got that great big massive wing in the back. They relocated the rear view camera on the ZR1.
Yeah, when you're standing behind the car, you look at it, you say, how are drivers going to see around that thing now? Now, you've got that mirror camera on the back. It sits on top of the roof, but
right.
That wing is so massive, it even blocks that. We were standing at the front of the car looking through, and, it's just like, it's a huge wing.
Yeah.
So our friend Rick Conti was at the plant a few weeks back, and there was a 2026 ZR1 CTF car in that plant's administrative parking lot. And sure enough, he found that there were 2 cameras now above the license plate instead of just the one that's used for the backup camera. It looks like Chevy is moving the 2 cameras down so that there is now visibility outside that wing. It might make the point of view a little bit lower, but there might be some ways that it's not as bad as we think it would be. But what is kind of goofy is that roof camera that was up there, they put a cover over it, so it blocks it off. But the cover on this car that Rick caught was carbon flash, and it's over the top of a visible carbon fiber roof. So it just kind of clashed there. So hopefully they've got that upgraded on customer cars when those come out in 2026. But yeah, a little bit of change there. This is for safety, obviously. They want to make sure that there is plenty of visibility outside the rear behind those wings.
Yeah, and also the hardtop convertible people will be happy about that relocated camera too.
Yeah, it might work for them.
Absolutely. All right, buddy, let's take our first break. When we come back, it's Corvette Racing and Corvette Rumors on deck here on Corvette Today.
Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome is the buzz of the Corvette community. But now, Wheelcraft is proud to announce they can now do custom finishes for your OEM wheels, including the bronze wheel color option. And you still get the Wheelcraft 5-year warranty on all wheels. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchanges for C4 through C8 Corvettes, or they can apply the PVD chrome finish to your current wheels. Buying a new Corvette? Wheelcraft will work with your Chevrolet dealership to get your PVD chrome wheels there on time. You can drive away with your new wheels already installed. Doing an R8C delivery at the National Corvette Museum? Wheelcraft has partnered with the NCM Motorsports Park to do wheel exchanges once your R8C delivery is completed. You'll drive home from the NCM with your new Wheelcraft wheels. Plus, you still get free lifetime access to the Wheelcraft pit crew. So visit wheelcraft.com or call them at 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
The National Corvette Restorer Society is a proud sponsor of Corvette Today. Are you already an NCRS member? If not, you should consider joining, and here's why. The NCRS means community. We're a community of individuals who love the Corvette hobby and enjoy the fellowship that NCRS provides. We have NCRS chapters throughout the U.S. and Canada where members can meet monthly and share in the enjoyment of the Corvette with like-minded people. NCRS means excellence. NCRS trains some of the best and most educated judges and informed owners in the car collector world. NCRS means inclusion. Owners of both classic and new Corvettes are welcome. We offer flight and concourse judging for 53 through 07 model years and sportsman awards for Corvettes ranging from 53 through 2025. NCRS means leadership. With over 10,000 members, NCRS researches, writes, publishes, and distributes tech manuals and judging guides for the 53 through 07 Corvettes. No other Corvette organization does this, and they're available for purchase. Members also receive the bi-monthly and award-winning Restore magazine and Driveline magazine throughout the year. We also host an extensive technical discussion board at ncrs.org. Finally, NCRS means value. Many of our prestigious awards can and often do increase the value of the cars that achieve our awards. Whether you own a 53 Corvette or the latest 25 model, the NCRS has a place for you. Check us out at ncrs.org.
Hi, I'm Mark Falter, host of the Retirement Income Hour podcast and Corvette enthusiast. I know when I bought my Z06, I was thinking two things. These cars are fantastically fast, and wow, are they expensive. Owning a Corvette isn't just about driving fast, it's about living life in the fast lane. But are your finances keeping up? On my podcast, I'll make wealth management as smooth as your Corvette on the open road. Whether it's planning a retirement, building your investments, or how in the heck do I get my retirement accounts to pay for this Corvette, I have got you covered. Search the Retirement Income Hour podcast wherever you find your podcasts, and let's shift your finances into overdrive. I'll see you on the open road financially and literally.
Investment advisory services offered through Mid-American Wealth Advisory Group, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
Stretch the life of your Corvette's paint with Nova Stretch, the performance protective cover. From bugs to rock chips, Nova Stretch covers protect your Corvette, utilizing stretch fabric technology and an innovative fastening system for quick installation and easy removal and storage. Made in the USA for a tailored fit, the patented design and breathable mesh protects your Corvette without rubbing or chafing the paint like traditional covers. And unlike clear film or old-time car bras, Nova Stretch provides full front-end coverage including the grille, keeping radiators and heat exchangers clean and debris-free. Visit novastretch.com and use the code CorvetteToday15 to get 15% off your order. Protect your Corvette with Nova Stretch.
I'm Harlan Charles, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, and popular wheel designs from previous generations. Along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So visit wheelcraft.com or just give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my buddy Keith Cornett from Corvette Blogger. Every other week, we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car. In segment number 2, we always cover Corvette racing and Corvette rumors. Keith, let's start with racing and Corvette racing at Detroit.
Yeah, this was a 100-minute street fight on the streets of downtown Detroit. And then, of course, you had the General Motors Renaissance Center in the background. I mean, it was set up for Corvette racing. But, I mean, it was such a chaotic race. It even started even before the race. Qualifying was a mess. There was a wreck at the very beginning of qualifying. And so no one actually really got to go out and set any times. I think the entire field took the checkered flag during the qualifying session without a chance to put in a final timed laps. It was what it was. That means that the number 4 Corvette, it started 10th in class and actually was able to get back into 6th place. This was kind of fun to watch because they were really doing some battling with the 77 Rexy Porsche. So there was quite a bit of shoving going around there. I saw they hit us twice. We hit them a couple times. So it was there was something going on there. The other one, the number 3 Corvette with Garcia and Sims, they actually started 8th place and clawed all the way back to finish 2nd behind a Ford Mustang. So they got on the podium, got some great points there. So we definitely needed that. The next race for IMSA and the Corvette Z06 program is the Saline 6 Hours of the Glen on Sunday, June 22nd at Watkins Glen International.
Very nice. And the granddaddy of them all is coming up. Corvette racing is going back to Le Mans.
Yeah, the 24 Hours of Le Mans is happening this weekend, June 14th and 15th. We've got actually 3 Corvette Z06 GT3Rs in the field. 2 of them are from the TF Sport World Endurance Championship team. And then the other car is from AWA Racing, the Canadian car, which got a Le Mans entry thanks to driver Ore Fadani's win of the 2024 Bob Aiken Award, which goes to the top scoring bronze driver in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. So basically AWA and IMSA team drove their way into the 24 Hours Le Mans thanks to their bronze driver. So that's a pretty cool story. And of course, AWA is going with a bright red Canadian flag motif on their liveries that made their debut yesterday at the test. We had the first testing sessions on Sunday. Qualifying will begin later this week. And then, of course, the Summer Classic from France begins on Saturday. So pretty cool there. Of course, Corvette Racing, 9 class victories at Le Mans. We're looking forward to seeing a Corvette back in the winner's circle once again.
That'd be nice. I always look forward to Le Mans. I can't ever stay up for full 24 hours of viewing, but it's still a cool race.
Yeah, I used to try. It was different back in the day when it was our boys. A little bit different now with the way the other teams have come in and are racing our cars. So it's a little bit different feeling for me. But again, we want to see Corvette Racing do great at Le Mans, and we're here to cheer all on.
Yes, definitely. In the rumors category, Keith, did we see a Roswell green Corvette out in the rain?
So there's been like 3 sightings of this Roswell green Corvette. The first one was it looked like it was behind the plant. I think we might have talked about that last time we had our conversation. It was a really kind of a dark photo. It was far away. It was blurry, but it looked like a Roswell green on an E-Ray with black wheels. So then a couple weeks go by and now there's pictures of this car driving in the rain on a highway. And we got like 3 or 4 photos of it. It's looking better the more I see it, but it was in the rain, so it's darker. And then our friend Brad over at the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, he showed a picture that he saw on Facebook. It was like 4 or 5 cars that were parked in the administrative parking lot at the Corvette plant. Somebody took it far away, but one of those cars was a green car, and he never went up and got another picture of it. Really disappointing there. I'm telling people, hey, if you see this, this is the white whale right now for the Corvette enthusiasts, for the Corvette Nation, as we like to say. The white whale is being hunted. So if you come across this green car, please get some photos of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The white whale. Very nice.
The green whale, I guess.
Yeah,
the
really.
Roswell whale.
Yeah, really. It's the green whale. All right, buddy. Time for our final break. And when we come back, it's the fun side of Corvette. That's on deck next, here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
Hey, Corvette lovers, this is Brian Sarr from IntelliSense Family Office. You've formerly known us as True Wealth and Company. First off, a huge congratulations to Steve Garrett on celebrating 6 amazing years of Corvette Today. We've been proud sponsors every mile of the way. You know the thrill and drive and the pride of ownership, but here's the big question. Do you have the same confidence in managing your wealth? At IntelliSense Family Office, we specialize in helping high net worth individuals like you protect, grow, and enjoy their wealth. Whether you're a successful entrepreneur, a professional athlete, or someone who's worked hard to achieve your financial goals, we've got you covered with personalized expert advice. We understand the unique challenges you face and the dreams you have for the future. From advanced tax planning to succession planning, we provide comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Our goal? To give you peace of mind so you can focus on what you love. Ready to take your financial management to the next level? Visit IntelliSense.com or reach out to us today at 913-653-8783. Let's drive your financial success together. I'm Brian Sarf, and I look forward to helping you live the dream. Save the wave and see you on the road. Investment advisory services offered through IntelliSense Investment Solutions Incorporated, an SEC registered investment advisor.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at radiatorgrillstore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
Hi, this is Kirk Benyon, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks once again for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, and popular wheel designs from previous generations. Along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. If you want a deeper dive into any of the stories that we cover, you can always go to CorvetteBlogger.com. In this final segment, we always cover the fun side of Corvette. Keith, it was kind of interesting because a grand jury indicted two of the men that stole 8 Corvettes from the Bowling Green assembly plant. You know what? Justice is done.
Yeah, and I'm glad that this is under like the fun side of Corvettes, because I'm really glad to see the hammer of justice coming down on these fellows. It was back in March, if you remember, 8 Corvettes were stolen. They cut a hole in the fence. These cars were driven out and then stashed at various apartment complexes around the area. Only one man got arrested at the time, but as you said, a grand jury in Bowling Green just indicted 2 men for the crime, although it was reported that up to 8 or 9 were involved in the original theft. Those cars were all driven out at the same time. There's still quite a few people out there that appear to have gotten away with it for now. We'll just leave it at that. The charges include engaging in organized crime, theft by unlawful taking of property valued at $1 million or more.
Wow.
First degree criminal mischief. This was Dante Cortez Walker, 21, and Armani and Nasser Jordan, 22. I think they're both from the Detroit area. Walker was also indicted for tampering with physical evidence, third degree fleeing or evading police, and resisting arrest. Again, book them, Dano. Let's send these guys away. They don't deserve to be part of our society anymore.
Yeah, I just shake my head, put my face in my palm, and just shake my head.
Well, you know, there was just another case in the news. Somebody tried to steal a couple Hummers from the plant up in Detroit. They destroyed the cars trying to get them. I don't know if people are arrested or not. Well, it's like bank robbers. Why you rob the bank? Well, that's where the money is. I guess they're trying to find these easy marks. And of course, when they got into the Corvette assembly plant's parking lot, the keys are in the car because they're ready to be shipped.
Right.
Now you can't even see that, you know, where they had the fences before. The museum came in and put in semi-trailer trucks and containers, I think, all the way around the fences.
Wow.
There ain't no getting in and out of that anymore.
That's for sure. Also, this is a cool story. You know, the Indianapolis 500 is done, but 12 Indy 500 festival cars, and these are Stingrays, they're headed to Indianapolis dealerships. They're going to be sold there. That's cool.
Yeah, these are really cool because for collectors, you know, they come with all the documentation and provenance of being an actually used festival car for the Indianapolis 500. You can go back and see some of these cars from previous races. They always have the livery on them. These hardtop convertible Stingrays have the same livery as the ZR1 pace cars. Really cool stuff there. What's going to happen was we heard that the 12 Corvettes were slated to be sold as certified pre-owned used Corvettes by the local Indianapolis Chevy dealers. The MSRP on these 12 identical builds was $108,000, and they have a ton of great equipment on them, including those $6,000 visible carbon fiber wings, so the 2 stanchion wings. These cars are really in demand. I haven't seen anybody saying I got one or picked one up yet, but if you really like them, we've got the numbers of the individual Indianapolis Chevy dealers on the website, so dial for dollars and see if you can get one.
Yeah, go get a festival car. That'd be pretty darn cool. It'd be nice.
I like them too.
Yeah, they look great. Also, ZR1 number 1 from Rick Hendrick is now on display at City Chevrolet. It's Rick Hendrick's car, and it looks fantastic.
Well, it should, because I think it was the same ZR1 that you built for our little challenge there, the black coupe with the blue stripe, the blue wheels, the blue interior. He paid $3.7 million to be able to buy that first car back in January at Barrett Jackson's Scottsdale auction. Like you said, now it is on display inside his flagship dealership, City Chevrolet in Charlotte. We also got word just late last week as well that VIN number 15, a yellow split window coupe, was just delivered to Les Stanford Chevrolet. The ZR1s are officially shipping to customers. It's a pretty exciting time right now.
Absolutely. Also, this is really cool. The National Corvette Museum is having a membership appreciation day. What's included in that, and what's the date on that?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This looks like a new event for them. They're telling us that they're going to celebrate June 27th as Member Appreciation Day ahead of the National Corvette Day on June 30th, which I believe is that Monday coming up. Activities include like a special Cars and Coffee hosted by NCM Insurance. There's complimentary coffee and donuts there, and that'd be outside the museum. Inside the museum, they're going to do a pre-delivery inspection demo with Adams Polishes, showing how to bring out the Corvette shine and how they do it with cars before delivery. You've got some artifact pit stops within the museum. They're going to be showing off the Quinlan car, that 1953 Corvette that's undergoing some preservation right now. And then they've got a collection of Earnhardt letters they're going to share as well. So that's pretty cool. Finally, there's a scavenger hunt in the afternoon with all the events closing down in the afternoon around 3 o'clock or so. So it looks like a very fun event. If you're local, plan to go. If you're flying in, I don't know if there's quite a bit much to do other than what we said there. But anytime you get a chance to go to the National Corvette Museum, I say go for it.
Sounds like a good time to me, buddy. Our final story, we had all the ZR1 reveal videos come out, and some of them were really, really interesting.
Some of them were good. I asked Steve, I said, Steve, so tell me your favorite one, I'll tell you mine.
Okay. Well, obviously, the Savage Geese one is always good, but I think of all the others, I really like the Vehicle Virgins one the best.
Okay. Again, the Savage Geese, in terms of production and the amount of time they put in, I think it was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's hard to sit down for an hour and a half video of a review, but I guess if you break it up in chunks, or if you're a buyer, then of course you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely watch the Savage Geese if you get a chance. I think I'm kind of torn. I really enjoyed the Cletus McFarland video. He comes in very low key, just looking at all the cars, comparing the 25s and the 26s. But then he spends like 10 minutes with Dustin Gardner, who's the assistant chief engineer of Small Blocks. They spend a good amount of time going through all the different components of the car. And Cletus is just amazed with what they've done with all the different ways this car is engineered, from those 72 millimeter turbos to the port and direct injection of the car and when it's used. I thought it was a very good ride. And then, of course, the one that I thought was really funny, again, I love these guys, the two guys from the Straight Pipes. What is happening with this car is it is so fast and so powerful, it's making people sick. And we're saying literally, because in the Straight Pipes, Yuri was in the passenger seat and you could see him turning green literally in front of our eyes. And eventually he's like, I got to get out. And then the video ends with Jacob, when he was in the right seat, also complaining about being a little nauseous. And it ends with him saying, I just threw up. And actually, Cletus's photographer was also talking about being nauseous as he was riding in the passenger seat as well. Now, of course, they're going around curves at 80 miles an hour and sprinting all the way up to 170 on the backstretch. So there was quite a few G-forces working against that passenger. I couldn't imagine launching your cookies during a ride and drive of a ZR1. The guys at Spring Mountain said, please pull over immediately, because if you do that, it just never comes out of the car.
Yeah.
That was awful. But the other video that was really good too, if you get a chance, if you haven't seen it yet, I would say watch the Mark Royce and Jay Leno video. Very good driving video. And they actually, at the very end there, Mark says, C9 is coming. But before we get to C9, you're going to see some more variants of the C8 come out. It sounds like there's still some work to do on the C8. And who knows, maybe with the success the car's been having, maybe they're talking about extending it a little bit further or not. We're going to have to see how that shakes out. There's been some predictions. The forecasting company said, 2029 for an enhanced C9 or a C8.5.
Right.
Mark Royce actually confirmed that they're working on it. That's all good news for us. But I love the ZR1 videos. I'm still working my way through some of the other guys. Hope to watch them all here before the weekend ends.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Well, buddy, thanks for being back on Corvette Today. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Well, thanks again, everybody out there. If you are on the roads, you see a Corvette passing you, throw that hand up wave, and let's keep that wave going.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Sioka Corvette at CIOCCA Corvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. IntelliSense at IntelliSense.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Mark Falter with the Retirement Income Hour podcast, and Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.